The kingdom of Murtana, united by King Robar II. During the long years of his reign, he was able to defeat all foes of his realm. All except one. Against the orcs took its toll, and the prisoners of the realm were to pay the price. The king needed swords for his army, and every man guilty of a crime, no matter how insignificant, was forced to work in the ore mines of Khorinis. To make it impossible for them to escape, the king sent out the best magicians of the kingdom to create a magic barrier around the entire valley. I was one of them. Something disturbed the delicate structure of magic. We were trapped inside our own barrier. 1 second of negligence was enough for the prisoners. Khorinis was now under the control of the convicts. The king had no choice. He had to negotiate. He needed the ore. Month after month, the king supplied everything the prisoners needed. Month after month, they brought the ore to the edge of the barrier in exchange. Until the present day. Another convict was brought to the cliff. He did not know, but he would change everything.
In the name of King Robar II, bearer of the scepter of Verant, I sentence this convict to...
Stop! Convict, I've got an offer to make you. This letter must reach the leader of the Magicians of Fire.
You're wasting your time.
You may choose your own reward. They'll give you anything you ask for.
Very well, I'll take your letter. On one condition. Spare me the rest of his nonsense.
How dare you!
Keep silent. Right. Send him in.
Welcome to the colony.
That's enough. Leave him alone. And now scram. Get up. I'm Diego.
I'm
not interested in who you are. You've just arrived. I look after the new arrivals. That's all for now. If you plan to stay alive for a while, you should talk to me. But of course, I won't keep you from choosing your own destruction. Well, what do you think?
okay. What do I need to know about this place?
We call it the colony. You'll know already that we produce ore for the king. Well, at least we do, in the old camp. There are 3 camps within the barrier. The old camp is the biggest, and it was the first.
How do I get to the old camp?
You just follow this path. The old camp is the next reasonably safe-looking place you'll come across. There are a lot of wild beasts between the camps. You'd be mad to walk around without a weapon.
Where do I get a weapon?
When you get to the old mine, have a look around. I'm sure you'll find something useful. The mine is easy to find. It's just a few meters along the canyon.
Why did you help me?
Because you needed help. Otherwise, Bullet and his boys might have killed you. And I couldn't just stand by and watch, because I came all this way to make a suggestion.
A suggestion?
Yes. After this little incident with Bullet and his guys, you should be aware now that you need protection. Everyone who arrives here has a choice. There are 3 camps in the colony, and you'll have to join one of them. I'm here to show the new ones that the old camp is the best place for them.
Where's Bullet now?
He and the others bring the goods from the outside world into the camp. You'll find him there. But if you plan to fight him, be careful. He's an experienced warrior.
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Really?
I was given it by a mage shortly before they threw me in here.
You're lucky I can't afford to show my face around the mages anymore. Anyone else would gladly slit your throat for that letter. That's because the mages pay their couriers a lot, and most people here don't have anything. If I were you, I'd shut up until I met one of the mages. Although in your situation, that's not likely to happen.
Why not?
The mages are in the castle in the old camp. Only Gomez's people are allowed to enter the castle.
Who's Gomez?
Gomez is the most powerful ore baron. He's the boss of the old camp, the most powerful man in the colony.
Thanks for your help.
We'll meet in the old camp.
What are you doing here?
Making sure no one gets near the exchange place, especially one of those cutthroats from the new camp. You're the new guy they chucked in today, right?
That's me.
Then you'd better watch out for the guys from the new camp. I work for the old camp, same as the others you saw at the exchange place. I assume you've talked to Diego.
Yes, I have.
Good. Then you know what's what around here.
Why do I have to watch out for the guys from the new camp?
Compared to the new camp, the old camp's a quiet, peaceful sort of place. The new camp doesn't get any deliveries from the outside world, Most of the rogues there just steal whatever they need.
And the old camp?
The ore barons have everything under control. Next in line to them are the guards, followed by the shadows. The diggers are the lowest. Everyone who arrives here starts out as a digger. If you want to become something better than that, you'll have to get accepted as a shadow first.
I saw a woman being sent down with the goods.
Yeah, the ore barons get everything they want.
Do you mean to say the king exchanges women for ore?
They're convicted criminals too, of course. But if Gomez hadn't asked for them, they'd be sitting in some dungeon or other. I'm not sure what's worse.
I'm looking for a weapon.
There should be some old weapons by the derelict mine, further down the canyon. But don't go and start a war with nothing but a rusty pickaxe for a weapon. Those things are slow and heavy. An inexperienced fighter should never use one of them, unless it's an emergency.
When I was washed ashore, one of the guys punched me in the face.
They do that to all the newcomers. They call it standing godfather.
Oh, are all the guys like that in the old camp?
We do have a few suckers, but they won't touch you as long as you pay them protection money. You'd better make sure you reach the old camp in one piece.
How's it going?
Good. None of the rogues from the new camp are to be seen anywhere. Hey, you.
What do you want?
I want to warn you. If you continue this way, you'll be entering our hunting ground.
Thanks for your help.
Don't go thinking everyone's gonna be so friendly, kid. There may not be much in a newcomer's pockets, but some folks would even beat you up for a pickaxe.
I'll keep it in mind. What do you hunt?
Mostly scavengers. There's a lot of meat on them. Besides, it ain't too hard to get them, once you know how.
Really? How's that?
Ask my friend Drax here. He knows more about these things than anyone.
Why is this area so dangerous?
You've just arrived, haven't you? There are different areas in this colony which are all more or less dangerous. The paths between the camps are quite safe, but even there you might come across some wolves which look on you as easy prey. And that's exactly what you are until you get a proper weapon and armor.
Where do I get a map?
Ask the people in the old camp. There's a cartographer living there. Maybe you can steal one of his maps. If you manage to do it, take one from me as well.
Why? Doesn't he sell the maps?
If you get enough ore to pay for them.
Where can I get better equipment?
The nearest place is that old camp. Just follow the path that brought you here. But you can get the stuff cheaper in our new camp, provided you know the right people. If you go to the old camp, ask for Mordrag. He's one of us. For just a little ore, he'll sell you the proper goods.
Tell me more about the areas of the colony.
If you travel between the camps, you'll need a map to distinguish paths and dead ends. Dead ends often lead you to dangerous canyons where you encounter creatures you'd better avoid. Do not enter the old ruins. There are too many around here, and most of them are old fortifications dating back to the time of the First Orc War. Some are abandoned orc dwellings. There are often orcs in those ruins, or even worse creatures. I'd avoid those places, especially at night. And one more hint, don't go into the forest.
You're hunting, aren't you?
Looks like it. What do you want?
Do you have some hints for the hunt?
I could teach you a few things, but everything has its price.
Which would be how much?
A good gulp of beer will do, to start with. Then we'll see.
Here you are. Take a beer and tell me about hunting.
Scavengers. That's what we call the big birds. Should be attacked one after the other. It's easy to lure single scavengers from the pack. If you come too close, they'll become irritated. After a while, they'll storm in your direction. At this point, you should be waiting for them with a raised weapon. If you manage to strike the beast before it hits you, you have to keep fighting. Then you'll be able to defeat the creature without being hurt yourself. If it hits you first, well, just don't let him.
What else can you tell me about hunting?
A lot, but it'll cost you more than a beer. If you know how, you can take the creature's teeth, claws, and skin. It's hard to get them, but they are valuable. At least every merchant will trade those things with you.
What else can you tell me about hunting?
A lot, but it'll cost you more than a beer. If you know how, you can take the creature's teeth, claws, and skin. It's hard to get them, but they are valuable. At least every merchant will trade those things with you.
You're demanding a lot for your advice.
Possibly, but you can earn a lot of ore with this knowledge. All the animals you kill without knowing how to cut them up will just rot away. That's a wasted opportunity of skinning them and selling the fur at a high price. If I were you, I'd try to gain this knowledge as soon as possible.
Hi, I'm new here.
How nice for you.
Is that the old camp over there?
No, that's the new camp. The old camp is underneath the bridge. Let me pass.
Make sure you get to the old camp. They're holding a pickaxe for you. Let me pass.
Why are you here and not in the camp?
I'm waiting for a friend to return from the mine. He owes me some ore. I can't turn up in the camp without the ore. I couldn't pay the protection money for the guards, and then things would get real heavy for me.
What are you doing out here?
I want to be left in peace, so get lost. Where do you think you're going?
To the camp.
You ain't come to make trouble, have you?
Diego says I'm to meet him in the camp.
Okay, in you go then.
Any news?
Nah, everything's the same as ever.
How's it going?
You looking for trouble?
I thought that had been cleared up ages ago.
How are you doing?
Well, since I stopped working in the mine, I can't really complain.
And where do you get your ore from?
I help people who have problems. If you get into trouble with influential people here, I can help you sort the thing out.
Hold it!
What's up?
You can't go in the castle. Beat it.
You don't look as though you'd just let anyone get into the castle.
Only Gomez's men are allowed in the castle.
I need to get into the castle. I have a letter here for the High Fire Mage.
And you expect me to let you stroll inside the castle to hand it over and collect your reward?
Yeah.
Okay, show me the letter.
I'm not letting you handle it. Forget it.
Okay, I've forgotten.
Hey, man. New here? I haven't seen you before. I'll join you for a while, if you don't mind. I'm sure you'll need a friend.
Why not come along?
Great. We can talk while we're going. Tell me, where are we going? Or is it supposed to be a surprise? I like surprises.
How's things?
Not bad. If you can cook well, you have many friends here. Would you like some of my rice stew?
Thanks.
You could do me a favor.
What can I do for you?
You must be used to good food. I have a new recipe. Meat bug ragu a la snaff with rice and mushrooms. You can have as much as you want, but I still need 3 meat bugs and some hell mushrooms. 5 should be enough.
Sounds good.
Then go and see you get me the things. The last one I sent just hasn't come back. Must have deserted to the new camp.
Where can I find meat bugs?
Everywhere where there's garbage laying around. You should be able to find some at the deserted huts near the castle wall. Don't get confused by their ugly looks. Once cooked, they are tasty.
Where can I find hell mushrooms?
If you leave through the south gate, that's the collapsed tower. You'll see a plain directly in front of you. There's mushrooms growing there.
Who was the guy you sent before me?
His name was Neck. He was pretty discontented here. I think he's in the new camp now. I sent him to collect mushrooms, but he didn't come back.
Don't pay attention to me. I'll stay with you. Don't worry.
You wouldn't speak up for me in front of Diego, would you?
Depends. If you demonstrate that you've learned something as a thief, we could make use of you.
How am I supposed to do that?
Learn a thief's skill. You need to become more skilled in sneaking around, pickpocketing, or opening locks. Then you'll have my vote.
Don't you have any plan of where you want to go?
I'd better keep out. It was the same old story every time.
Hello.
I haven't seen you before. You're new here, aren't you? Have you already decided which camp you want to join? Well, it depends. Each camp has its advantages, I guess. Until you've made your decision, you can stay here. A hut just became available.
Which of the huts can I take for myself?
The hut over there with the little canopy is empty.
Why should I join the sect?
Well, you better ask somebody from the sect camp. There are always a couple of novices in the camp, and I'm sure they can tell you a lot about the sect. I've never been there myself, but according to everything that's said, they must be really generous. None of the three camps seems to be as much in need of new people as the sect camp.
What are the advantages of the new
If you're cool
camp?
about getting your throat cut for a slice of bread, you should go there. No, it's not that bad, but it's different from here. Here, Gomez takes care that things are sort of peaceful. In the new camp, there is no law. The only ones powerful enough to have a say there are the water mages, but they're too busy studying the barrier all day.
What are the advantages of the old
If you pay
camp?
protection money to the guards, you can have a laid-back life here. They always interfere if one of the paying diggers is attacked. Besides, you can only get the goods from the outside world cheap here. These things are unaffordable in the other camps.
And what if two people
Then
fight
the
each other
guards
who both
just
pay
watch
protection money?
until one of them kills the other. Then they do him in.
What goods are considered
Everything
precious
from
here?
the outside world. Bread, cheese, and bacon, and above all, beer and wine. Not the cheap rice schnapps from the new camp, but really good stuff. You always get a good price for weapons, and armor is really expensive. The guards took the old armor off the prison guards after they killed them. You can always recognize them by their armor. They only sell it to other guards. You could never get a hold of one as an outsider.
I think I've heard enough
I
about the
like
old
it
camp.
here.
Are you looking for a quiet place where we can talk for a bit or something? Is it possible we're walking in circles? I mean, I don't know where you want to go.
I doubt that's ever likely to change. You shouldn't believe everything you hear. I thought that you cleared up ages ago. I would like to be in his shoes, though. Rely on somebody in your trouble. That's how it goes.
I'd better keep
I
out of
doubt
this.
that's ever likely to change. I would like to be in his shoes, though.
This is real fun. Thanks for taking me with you. We could do that more often. There's loads of more time left today.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
It looks as if you knew what you were doing.
Nobody ain't complained yet. But that would be a bad idea anyway. Every idiot here needs a sword, and that is what they get from me.
Totally idiotic. Hang on. Better not go rushing into it.
Well, Smith, how's
Why
business?
would you want to know? Oh, really? And what? come back when you really need something, and don't get on my nerves.
I've gotten used to you already. We'll have much fun together. I'm sure of that, aren't you? Where do you sleep, anyway? You can come to my place, no problem. Why did they put you in here, anyway? Do you like animals as well? They're not into that one bit. That's why they locked me in here.
I'd like to try working here as well.
Ah, but don't you think that you can make great blades?
What do I have to do?
Okay, take the steel and hold it into the fire. Then you have to lay the red hot steel across the anvil. When you're finished, you put the hot blade into the water bucket over there to temper it. The cooled blade finally has to be sharpened on the grindstone. However, you'll need some things for that. I could sell them to you.
How long does it take you to make one blade?
I'm as fast as a hurricane with simple swords. Of course, only on condition that the price motivates me. A freak like Whistler usually has to wait longer for his toy than other people. No, on the contrary, he gave me 150 ore for his last sword. The guy is into ornaments and girly stuff like that, and of course that's not cheap. Hey, you ain't curious at all, are you, pal?
I'd like to buy some blacksmith equipment.
There are some people who constantly try to beat me up. Horrible guys from the new camp, real cutthroats. And next time I'll tell them that they'll have you to deal with in the future. And they'll be dead scared. Those bastards from the new camp will be amazed when they get to know that I have a protector. They'll piss themselves. That'll be fun. Normally they'll finish people off quickly, but now they'll think twice.
Well, Smith, how's business?
Why would you want to know?
I may have an order
really?
for you.
Come back.
Well, Smith,
Why
how's
would
business?
you want... come back.
I'd like to buy some blacksmith equipment.
You know what? I'll do you a favor. I'll put in a good word for you, then perhaps you'll be admitted to the camp. Then we can meet every day. People think I'm a complete lunatic. Somebody like you would never hang out with a lunatic. People would talk about that, so they'll finally understand that they were wrong about me. You're my best friend here. The others only want to get rid of me all the time. I'm really grateful to you. Listen, this running around is really getting tiring. Shouldn't we look for a cozy place and get comfy somewhere?
I would like to be in his shoes, though. Maybe.
Like a big brother to me. I never had a big brother, or a small one. Parents didn't want me, but I'm sure it was difficult for them.
Sure it was.
Where are you from? You must be happy as well that you finally found somebody who understands you. I'm from Carinas. Have you ever been there? Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
I thought that had been cleared ages ago.
I'd like to buy some blacksmith equipment.
Let's talk about something else instead. There was a time when things were done very different.
Always talk.
That wasn't very clever. Maybe, but who cares? That wasn't very clever. Rely on somebody and you're in trouble. That's how it goes. Some people never learn. I doubt that's ever likely to change. That wasn't very clever. There must be something about that story after all.
Better not go rushing into anything.
Have you got something to eat for me? Since I'm some sort of visitor, it'd be polite if you gave me something. That's manners. My friends in Carinas taught me that. They really liked me. Anybody's ever gonna visit us? Probably not. They wouldn't get out of here again, would they?
Let's talk about People always talk.
I'd like to try working here as well.
Ah, But don't you think that you can make great blades? Okay, take the steel and hold it into the fire. Then you have to lay the red hot steel across the anvil. When you're finished, you put the hot blade into the water bucket over there to temper it. The cooled blade finally has to be sharpened on the grindstone. However, you'll need some things for that. I could sell them to you.
I'd like to buy some blacksmith equipment.
That won't happen again. There must be something about that story after all.
Now that you're with me, we can show a few people where to go. These bastards have been harassing me for years. When I see one of them now, I'm gonna tell them a few things.
I'd better keep out of it.
I wouldn't like to be in here.
That's really not...
The two of us are a dream team. We could take over the old camp. The ore barons wouldn't be a problem for us since we're a team. I'll think of a plan.
You shouldn't believe everything.
Tell me, where are we going? Or is it supposed to be a surprise? I like surprises.
Every time. You should
Rely on somebody.
Don't pay attention to me. I'll stay with you, don't worry.
Something else instead?
Don't you have any plan of where you want to go? Are you looking for a quiet place where we can talk for a bit or something? Is it possible we're walking in circles? I mean, I don't know where you want to go. This is real. I've gotten used to you already. We'll have much fun together. I'm sure of that, aren't you? Where do you sleep, anyway? You can come to my place, no problem. Why'd they put you in here anyway? Do you like animals as well? There are some people who constantly try to beat me up. Horrible guys from the new camp. Real cutthroats. The next time I'll tell them that they'll have you to deal with in the future. Then they'll be dead scared.
Hey, you!
If you want to get rid of your protection money, you've picked the wrong day.
Yeah? Why's that?
'Cause I'm not here!
Then how come I'm talking to you?
Nick's vanished. This district is usually his responsibility. And until he reappears, Thoris has ordered me to guard it.
Do you know where Nick's got to?
No, and I'm not likely to find out. If anything, the diggers in this district might know something, but diggers don't talk to guards. Especially not now they know I hate this filthy work. I bet they're laughing behind my back.
It's about Nick.
Yeah?
No news.
Keep me posted.
Why don't you just collect some more protection money?
Nick did his rounds before he disappeared. There's not much left to collect now.
It's about...
Yeah?
No news.
Keep me...
Those bastards from the new camp will be amazed when they get to know that I have a... You know what? I'll do you a favor.
Hey, newcomer. I'm Mordrag. You should remember that name. You can buy any kind of goods from me at a cheap price.
Show me your goods.
Choose something.
Some people think I'm a complete lunatic. But somebody like you would never hang out with a lunatic. People would talk about that, so they'll finally understand that they were wrong about me. You're my best friend here. The others only want to get rid of me all the time. I'm really grateful to you. Listen, this running around is really getting tiring. You're like a big brother to me. I never had a big brother, or a small one. My parents didn't want me, but I'm sure it was difficult for them.
Sure it was.
Where are you from? You must be happy as well that you finally found somebody who... You got something to eat for me? Since I'm some sort of visitor, it'd be polite if you gave me something. That's manners. My friends in Karina's taught me that. They really liked me.
Hey, you! You got no business in there. Beat it.
What's life like here?
Easy going, as long as you pay your share of protection money to the guards.
I am new here.
Just arrived, have you? I'm Grim. I haven't been here for long either. I was thrown in with the load before you.
What do I have to do if I want to get admitted to this camp?
Well, first of all, you have to become a shadow. Therefore, you have to find somebody who supports you, somebody who explains everything to you and takes responsibility for you. If I was you, I'd try to keep close to Diego. I did it like that. He's quite all right. He'll make you take the test of faith. That's different from everybody. Then there'll be some other smaller tasks from other shadows. If you manage them, you'll be with us.
What was your test of faith?
I can't tell you, man. You have to be silent about things like that here.
Hey, you.
Are you talking to me?
I'm warning you, people like you can get into trouble awfully quick round here. And most of the guys they chuck in here are bastards. They think they can do what they like to you, but we won't allow that. Gomez wants some peace in the camp, and we guards make sure he gets it. But it's a job that doesn't come cheap. That's why I'm asking you for some ore. Look on it as a kind of token of friendship. You help us, and we'll help you. If you get in trouble, we'll be there for you.
Is that a threat?
On the contrary, it's an offer of friendship.
You mean you want me to pay protection money? No thanks. I can take care of myself.
Have it your own way, kid. You'll soon regret turning down a friendly offer.
See ya.
Take care of yourself, kid.
Think anybody's ever gonna visit us? Probably not. They wouldn't get out of here again, would they?
I'm new here. Who are you?
I am Baal Taran of the Brotherhood of the Sleeper.
Who is the Sleeper?
The Sleeper is our Redeemer. He disclosed himself 5 years ago through Iberian, our master. Since then, we have renounced the 3 gods. And you should do so as well. The gods just stood by and watched while we were exiled to this prison. But the Sleeper will lead us to freedom.
How does your God prove his might?
He speaks to us through visions. Whoever hears his voice no longer doubts his might. If you take the weed which grows in the swamp, you will be close to the Sleeper and able to hear him. Some people even see images.
I see. What will the way to freedom look like?
We are preparing a great invocation of the Sleeper, in which all novices create the contact together. In this invocation, the Sleeper will reveal the path to freedom.
What is the Brotherhood of the Sleeper?
We're a community of believers in a new faith. Our camp is situated in the east, in the swamp. I've come to preach the words of the Sleeper to strangers like you.
Tell me about the Sleeper's teachings.
The Sleeper is a powerful being, maybe even more powerful than Innos, the god of light. He is with us in spirit, but his power is still limited. He has been sleeping for 1,000 years, but now the moment of his awakening is near. He has chosen us to be witnesses to his awakening and to spread his word. So listen, all those who join the Sleeper will have immortal souls, but those who are against him will be punished. But the Sleeper is compassionate and sends proof of his might to all who doubt him.
How do I get to the Brotherhood's camp?
I'm busy, but Baal Parvez should be somewhere in this camp as well. He's near the marketplace, on the other side of the castle. I believe he's even got his own hut there.
I need to get into the castle. Can you help me?
I fear I cannot, brother. The only ones among us who may enter the castle are those who supply the weed to Gomez. We gather swamp weed and sell part of it to the old camp in exchange for goods from the outside world. If you were one of the couriers working for Kor Kalom, you could get into the castle. But for that, you would need to be one of us. What do you want to do in the castle anyway?
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Oh, and where did you get that from? The mages gave you that before they threw you in here, right? You're stupid to tell people about it. But don't worry, I won't tell anybody. But do yourself a favor, and don't tell anybody else about it either. The people here might slit anybody's throat for a thing like that. Most people would love to earn the reward you get for a message from the outside world.
Hi, I'm new here.
I'm Graham. I draw maps. I haven't seen you here before. What do you want?
I'd like to buy a map.
Sure. What are you thinking of? The more you can see on a map, the more expensive it is.
Now that you're with me, we can show a few people where to go. These bastards have been harassing me for years. When I see one of them now, I'm gonna tell them a few things.
New here, are you? I don't know your face. I'm Sly. I have a job on offer for a newcomer.
You have a job?
One of our guards has disappeared. He's called Neck. He might have gone over to the new camp. You're new here, and you'll get around quite a lot, so keep your eyes peeled. If you find him, I'll speak up for you in the camp.
I'll see if I can
you meet
find
Fletcher, ask him about Neck. He's taken over his district since Neck disappeared. His district is the district of the arena.
The two of us are a dream team. We could take over the old camp. The ore barons wouldn't be a problem for us since we're a team. I'll think of a plan.
Hang on.